this tractor supply. Trying to find some like winter gear for out on the road. And it's 15 below zero. But can't seem to find anything. I'm kind of looking for something like this, except for you know, the thicker winterized versions. I don't see anything in here. Something to when I gotta get out and fuel or load the truck. We need something we can slip on when it's over our clothes, you know, when it's negative 15. Did you find anything?
No, I don't see anything in here, especially anything winterized. I mean, even like their jackets are like super thin.
I really thought they would have more than this, to be honest. Unless we're missing it somewhere.
This is the only clothes I saw. That's what they
Yeah, I
wear
think that's
out.
like rain gear. Yeah, rain suits.
No. Oh, right there. Oh. Oh, that's all rain stuff, so.
We didn't have forever, but I didn't mind whenever you were around. I guess I didn't know what I had found.
They thought Tractor Supply had more winter stuff than they do.
It's not a big one, man. Like, we may have to go and look when we're out on the road. What we should do is, what's that store in Conover? Yeah. If we wanted those kind of pants, that's where we should.
Thinking about what could have been, but never really was. More than a flame that flickered in the night.
Well, that was a waste of time because they really didn't have nothing.
Yeah, they didn't have anything in there. Nothing.
The time slowed down, and we didn't have forever, but I didn't mind whenever.
Oh, it's definitely the worst Tractor Supply I've ever been in.
Yeah, they don't have anything. It's so small in there.
Trying to find like the overhaul, the winterized overhaul that you can slip on over your clothes. I know you guys know what we're talking about.
Yeah, you can get them at Dick's or the Academy.
Right now we have winter pants to slip on over, but the ones I have, they're kind of too like bulky. And she has some that are a little thinner, but we're kind of, I don't know what it's called. Is it like is it a bib? What is it called?
Yeah, they're like
just overalls.
ski bibs. Like that's like what you would ski pants.
Yeah, kind of like the pullover overalls to slip on. We gotta get out and fuel, and it's negative 10 degrees or something.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're like the same thing you would buy if you was going skiing.
I thought we could get them at Tractor Supply, but they didn't have none. I mean, they had regular overalls, but
This Tractor Supply is very tiny though.
I guess we're gonna have to wait out on the road and find a better one, I guess. Look somewhere else. But,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm gonna show you how to put it all back together now.
Be alone. So come away with me. Nobody has to.
And here's what Michael's look like. His looks more like a street taco.
$130 degrees out here.
I was just calling to see if you're free to run away with me. To run away with me.
Hey everyone, back with a new video.
What's up, everybody?
Well, we dropped that load in Kentucky and we had to come home. We had an appointment on Friday. We needed to be here Thursday evening and we could not move it. So we are at home right now.
Yeah, I mean, this video is going to be a little bit different because we're kind of just going to go over what we did since we've been here, which seems like a lot of just randomness.
Well, a lot of things that had to be done.
Yeah, we actually had to get the truck inspected, our TCU inspected, oil changes on the APU, TCU, and it's been a headache.
You know, definitely been some issues along the way.
Yeah, we originally took our truck to the Freightliner on Monday and dropped it off. They told us, oh, it'll be a couple days and you'll have your truck back. They had our truck for over a week.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was anything really major. I mean, it was, we had a list of a few things, but it was like a little air leak, tail light needed to be changed. You know, just main thing was the alignment.
Yeah. Well, the main problem was our backup light. We had a light on the back of our truck, and instead of them ordering 2 new lights, they tried to match up the light on the back of our truck, and it literally took them an entire week to get that light in. So our truck was held up for an entire week over one light.
Yeah, I'll try to cut to a picture of it, but it's like a different light. It's like a reverse and brake light all in one type of thing.
But they could have just ordered 2 new ones for $15 and gave us our truck back. It was not necessary to order or to match them up and make us sit here for a week, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's not the decisions I would have made.
No.
Well,
One of the problems though when we dropped it off was the alignment. They did the alignment, but the truck was shaking a little bit, so it had to have new steer tires. They didn't do that there, so we ended up having to pick it up the next day and take it to a new place, which I can't remember the name of, but I'm sure this clip probably will show it. Got back to the Freightliner. We gotta take the truck to well, apparently the truck needs 2 new steer tires and Freightliner can't do it, so we had to come pick the truck up and we gotta take it to another place to get some steer tires put on and then bring it back to the Freightliner to finish the inspection and all that. I think they've done everything on our list except the inspection because of the steer tires and I think a fog light they had to order. I guess right now we're gonna head to this other place to get some steer tires.
Cops pull up, and I be like, I ain't done shit. Why you bothering me? Why you bothering me? Why you bothering me?
yeah, it'll be in the clip. But the new place, actually, they do oil changes, alignments,
It was Hickory, right?
yeah,
It was Hickory.
yeah.
Hickory, North Carolina.
And they actually did a pretty laundry list of things to like they could have done the inspection, oil changes, lineups. So it was good to find that place. And they did put 2 new steer tires on the truck, and they did it in a hurry. Like they was fast. I thought they did a great job.
Did an excellent job, and it was a new place to us. We'd never seen it before. As soon as I got there, they started motioning me into the bay. Stop. They started motioning me into the bay to go ahead and do it, but we had to run to a restaurant that I happened to leave my wallet at.
Well, we went and ate with my parents
the
day before, and when he was paying the bill for everybody, he somehow left his card on that little tray, and luckily they had his debit card at the restaurant. So
yeah, that was pretty stupid on my part, but luckily
it happens. It happens.
I'm just glad they had it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they did.
So we left the truck there while they put steer tires, and then I followed him in the car, and we ran down there and picked that up and came back. So like an hour. I mean, I would say they were done within like an hour.
Yeah, probably an hour, and that's just us, just no appointment, nothing, just stopping by.
Yeah.
So they did an excellent job. Nice tires, Michelin.
Yeah. They were like $1,800 tires for two.
Kind of pricey, but
They'll get discounts on them though.
that's their original price before it was ran through their Michelin account.
Yeah.
I'm sure that'll come way down.
Yeah. And then we had to take the truck back to the Freightliner because we're still waiting on that light. And they told us on Tuesday when we picked the truck up that it had been ordered and it would be in the next day. That's what they told us.
Now the problem is they were doing a DOT inspection and they had to finish that in order to sign off on the DOT, so we had to take it and drop it back off. But
Yeah.
had we known then what we know now, we probably wouldn't have did that.
Yeah, I mean, the light came in the following Monday, so the truck was at the Freightliner for a full week.
Full week. And probably 5 days of that week was just waiting on that light.
Yeah, it was. But we finally got the truck back. On Monday evening, they finally got it fixed and we got the truck back.
Well, it's Monday and we just got to the Freightliner. It's been here for like a week. As
Exactly
you
a
can see,
week.
in Hickory, North Carolina, we had a list of things for them to do, and we're here to pick up our truck finally, which they said was parked up here. Yeah, there she is.
That sun is right in the way.
And hopefully she'll start.
And that needs to be bent back so bad. Like,
Apparently these lights were a big problem, as that was what was causing the wait for so long, is waiting on that, is what they said.
yeah.
Well, let's hopefully she'll start up. APU or nothing's running, so.
Well, we are down 3/4 on the fuel, so
3/4.
3/4.
You mean 1/4 or 3/4? 3/4 is almost full.
1/4.
1/4.
You know I'm blind without glasses.
Yeah. Alright, I turned the power off. You want to get in, or?
Yeah, I want to
Here's
take
the
that.
stuff
Yeah,
up there.
but I'm gonna take that other one off when we get home.
See if it'll start.
You on?
Yeah, it's good.
We pulled that down. I'm not exactly sure where we had that, but
It was right here. I don't know why they put it down.
it might have fell down with the Velcro, you know. It goes the other way. Up. Oh gosh. It goes like
Knock a bitch up. You know, like
that. Yeah. It probably
Put
fell
it on down.
on.
Think like that. Apparently, I mean, this Freightliner usually does pretty decent most of the time we brought it here. I mean, this time, they took a little longer than we expected, but they said it was because of that light that I showed you back there, that they had the special order, and that's what the holdup was. In there, apparently they need like a brake inspection form or something, so print that out and Got some permits that we need to print out too that forgot about doing. And hopefully they can fill out that brake form and then we can roll. I'm gonna be at Thermo King first thing in the morning to get that stuff done. Let's see what else we got. The Ontario, which we don't really go to Canada, but I guess we need to print the form either way. Any of you drivers watching this, if y'all ever go to Canada, if so, let me know if it's as bad as I hear that it is, because we've always not bothered with it because we heard it wasn't worth the time and the effort doing the border crossings and all that. If you drive and you have done that on a regular basis, or at least a few times, let me know if it's something worth doing. Biggie went down there to took that form and see if they can fill it out real quick. Hopefully they can fill it out without having to have the truck back in there, because that's gonna be super annoying.
Out for me. Like it's a whole checklist of stuff. He was gonna have to have filled out. So
that's good. I printed out
everything we needed.
The Colorado, and there was a hazmat, and then there were some other ones at New Jersey. I wasn't sure if they already had those or not.
I don't have any out for that. If it was on there, they haven't been done yet.
Oh, we're just sitting here waiting for them to bring us the checklist back.
I mean, that's really on me, because I should have asked Deb if there. I mean, I should have known that it was going to be something. I didn't know nothing about it either. I mean, something that they needed, you know.
At least it's something they can just fill out.
Yeah, because like with Panther, that's how it was with Panther.
Tell them what the bill was, what all they did.
Okay, they had to replace a fog light because it had burnt out, and they had to replace the backlight that we ended up having to wait on this entire time.
And the backlight, it's like that big, and half of it is a brake light and half of it's a reverse light. So it's all one light. Right,
but they also had to fix some connectors to the backlight back there that was also messed up. And then they had to do 2 wheel seals on our drop down axle. Both of them was leaking oil, so they had to fix both of those. They had to replace the driver's side windshield because it had a crack in it bigger than a quarter, and you're not allowed to have something over the size of a quarter in your line of sight. And then they had to line it up. They did a 3-wheel alignment, 3-axle alignment on the truck, and he ended up having to put some shims in on the right side because it was off, or that's the way it describes it, is it was off, to where he had to put actually a couple shims in to straighten the alignment back out. And that's probably where we were getting all that bad shaking from, and all of that. And then the air leak, we thought, like, when I go do a load and I get out, I kept hearing this massive air leak. And but when I read on there, they said that they didn't hear a massive air leak, but they did hear an air leak at the dryer, and they said that it was barely leaking any air. They cleaned it basically and reconnected it and all that, but I need to pay attention to that because I heard a massive air leak and they didn't. So I'm not sure about that one yet, but they did find an air leak at the dryer and fixed it. But I mean, every one of those things would have gave us trouble if we would have got pulled in for an inspection. The wheel seals leaking, the windshield.
And this is kind of all stuff that just recently started happening.
Yeah,
like,
the
it's not
lights.
Like it's been like that.
The lights both being messed up.
So what did the bill end up being?
It was like $3,200 and some change
But that's not counting the fact that we had to come Tuesday, pick the truck up, take it to a tire shop, and get 2 new steer tires.
And that was an
balanced and
additional
all
like
that.
$1,800 and some dollars for the 2 tires.
Yeah. Well, they said it will be cheaper than that because ES
Yeah.
has a Michelin tire account, so it probably was a lot cheaper than that. But that's what the bill was like. Was like I said, like 1,500 or 1,600, didn't
Yeah,
it?
it was 18.
Was it
I think.
18?
Yeah, 18. It's
But it
cheap.
is 2 Michelin X
Yeah, good
XZ
tires.
or something like that, top of the line steer tires. So altogether,
It's about $5,000,
well, about,
5,500,
about a
something like that.
$5,000, not counting the discount they got on the tires. So maybe not. I'd say
4.
probably cut that in half, to be honest. Like it's probably the discount
About
they
4.
got. 4, yeah, probably
All
about
of it
4.
together,
Yeah.
like 4.
That's what I'd say, somewhere around 4. Now, if this was our truck, there's some of the things we would have done ourselves.
The lights,
The light,
the
probably
fog
the
lights,
air leak,
the
definitely fog
windshield.
lights. Yeah.
I would definitely not have had the Freightliner find or do any of that. We would have took it and had the
I
windshield
mean, you see
done.
videos at the beginning of this channel, if you've been around for a little while, of us working on our truck. We started at the end of it,
Yeah.
but throughout the whole time we had our truck, we did a lot.
Almost all of our work.
We
because
did stuff
it's
that
so
we are nowhere
expensive.
near qualified to do.
Yeah,
but we did it.
compressors
I
and
mean, yeah,
air
change the air
tanks
compressor.
and
So
almost
much.
everything.
Yeah. We could have a list of parts like
almost everything that got replaced on that truck. We
change
pretty
the
much
alternator, the water pump, the
Yeah.
bracket that holds the alternator, every belt on the truck several times, the air
did.
compressor.
Yeah, because it's cheaper because you're
the
not
AC
paying
compressor,
$207.
the AC
Multiply that,
condenser,
yeah, by however many hours they claim it takes them to fix something. Like that's a
the
big
leaf
deal.
springs, the shocks.
Yep. We
Like,
did everything.
So it would
And
be
we
a whole
would on
list
here
of things.
too, but I mean, what do you do? Like if
Yeah,
you,
it's not our
like
truck,
with our
so-
truck, if we went and bought something and that didn't pan out, we could go buy what we needed to make it pan out.
Yeah.
And this truck isn't in our name.
Plus, if I mess something up,
Yeah,
on
then it
my
falls
truck,
back on us.
You know,
And
I gotta fix it and it's fine. But I'd hate to mess something up on somebody else's truck.
yeah,
So we don't really mess with anything. You know,
Yeah,
we just
I
take
mean-
it and have it fixed. Now, if we buy this truck, you'll see a
You'll
lot
see it
more
different. Yeah.
fix it videos.
yeah, I'm
coming out
not
of this
paying
channel.
$207 for somebody
No.
to change out my fog light, my brake light. I'm not paying somebody to fix an air leak. I'm not
Yeah.
paying somebody to replace a windshield. I'm not paying for
just
any of
about
those things.
every air fitting and all so many parts and stuff on our other truck that
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
prepared for whatever.
we would have spent the weekend and we would have done all that labor, me and him together,
yeah,
and we would have filmed every bit of it.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
just like what we're doing tomorrow, taking it and get PMs done on the TCU and the APU. If this is our truck, we'd be doing
We
that.
would be doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to take it and get the checklist done. But
Mm-hmm.
as far as the actual PMs and stuff, I did so many PMs on our APU. On the other one, I think we changed
Actually, I
every
think
single
every
part
component on it.
on
yeah.
that APU 4 times
Yeah.
during the course of its life.
Yeah.
All the way down to the computer in it.
Yeah.
Like we
Twice
literally-
on the
yeah,
computer.
Twice.
Thank God it was
A
still
water
under
pump
warranty.
every year, thermostats, fuel pumps, compressors, alternators,
Yeah.
any starters, anything that you can think of on that. The sensors,
Yeah.
like we just don't do anything on this truck because it's not our truck, and we don't
Yeah.
want to mess it up, you know. And I don't know if the owner would want us to do anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
so we don't. I mean, we take it here, and but like I said, if it's ours,
Yeah.
you'll start seeing a lot more fix-it videos.
Yeah.
I don't think he's coming here.
Okay. Awesome.
There's just some stuff right there on the bottom
Okay.
to fill out by y'all. I was checking some. I was like, well, hold on a minute.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
that's just some stuff. I need your signature
owner,
and fill out
okay.
some of that stuff, and then I'll make you a copy, and y'all be.
Yeah, just
I'll
sign it
send
where you
it
can
on
read
over.
it.
That's just the maintenance that was done while it was here today. It looks like.
The third.
Third. Yeah. Today's the 3rd. Let me look and make sure. Yeah, it's the 3rd.
Do I need to check any of this? or-
Yeah, there's something up there. I might have just make sure if some of the things I checked was correct. It's just on the service we done the obviously the oil, the filters, We checked the fluids. That just shows that we checked it. Everything was good with it on the transmission side.
Yeah. We'll let
I'll make
him
a
do
copy real quick and bring it back out, and you'll be
Okay,
good to
thank
go.
you.
And I'll send it to Dean.
Thank you.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
We got that filled out. We're gonna have to head back home. Gotta stop and put some fuel in the truck and the APU, because every time this thing sits and the APU don't run for some reason, I have to bleed the fuel line to get it to run again. Every time. Like, it ain't even running out of fuel. I don't know why that's happening, but whenever we came and picked the truck up the other day, or actually when we had it at home and we let it sit without running the
When we wanted to
APU.
bring the truck over here, we were gonna leave it on and it wouldn't run.
Yeah. And I had to bleed it to get it running that time, and now it's doing the same thing. And I don't know why it's doing that, just because it's not running. Like, it don't make any sense. It'd be one thing if we were running it out of fuel, but that's not what's happening. It's just if we don't turn it on, basically, for a few days, to have to bleed the fuel line again. I don't know. So I'll have to do that when we get home, and there's down to like a little bit more than a quarter of a tank in the reefer tank, so I'm gonna stop and top the truck. Truck's got half a tank. We'll go ahead and top it and the reefer tank back off, and then probably the diff too. Go ahead and do it all, I guess. And then I'll have to bleed the line probably when I get home. Oh, and then gonna fix some tacos for dinner. Becky's gonna fix some tacos for dinner, actually. And that's the plan for the day. We're gonna ride the bikes earlier, since it was a nice day. But as soon as we decided we were gonna ride the bikes.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it.
Freightliner the next day, we needed to take it to a carrier or somewhere to get our TCU inspected. And I tried to find a carrier in this area and it doesn't pull up. I could not find one. So we ended up taking it to Thermo King. That might have been a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably asking why we would take a carrier to Thermo King, but I did call them. I mean, it's not like we needed any major work done. All we needed was PMs done. So I called them to see if they did anything like that on carrier units, and she told me, yeah, that they don't do a whole lot, but they do PMs and stuff like that. So that's why we decided to go to Thermo King.
And for people that don't know what a PM is, it's wet and dry oil change.
Period maintenance.
For all of our non-truckers out there.
Preventative maintenance.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
And then they had a checklist that they had to go over to make sure that everything was running fine and there was no issues. For FedEx, they require you to do that every 6 months. The same time that you get your actual whole truck inspected, you also have to do that with your TCU. You have to do it.
But of course, in true trucker fashion, it would be a little weird if we didn't have our truck at a Freightliner for a whole week and then break down the next day.
Yes.
So, well, on our way to Thermo King to get the checklist and the PMs done, and now we're sitting on the side of the ramp. The truck broke down.
We actually did.
On the way to Thermo King, which is like, what, 40 miles?
Yeah, it's probably about 40 miles from where we live.
Yeah. But I think it blew a hose or something, because there's coolant everywhere, and the lights came on to shut the truck down. Can't really tell where it's coming from. It's wet on both sides. And if you crank the truck, I don't think there's enough coolant in it to show where it's leaking from. So I'm going to attempt to bypass the sensor and see if I can hop it down to the Walmart right down the road here. This is sketchy as hell. I don't know. That means hurry the hell up and stop.
Traffic is crazy right there anyway, on every day. How come we lost the majority of our coolant? Very dangerous.
Definitely, yeah, pretty sketchy.
I'm just gonna call it in and have them bring a tow truck. Oh, by the way, we don't have any of the filters to do your oil change.
About 10 minutes ago, the guy comes out here to ask me about the checklist, and he's like, this is a carrier. We're a Thermo King. But the steering is cockeyed now, so.
Well, the devil's in the details, son, so listen close and listen well. I run out of lovers to leave, got no more guitars to sell. You see, this road-worn life ain't freedom, it's a lonely prison cell, and it ain't hard to tell that I've fallen on hard times. I keep falling on hard times. I left your mama strung out with you in her belly on a summer night in '03. I chased down every passion of a 12-year younger me. I took all this world could offer, but my mind can't find no peace. And now you see that I've fallen on hard times. I keep falling on hard times. I've fallen on hard times. Lord have mercy. I got 5 days clean time, but my conscience is dirty. I ain't entitled, no, I ain't worthy. I've just fallen on hard times. I keep falling on hard times.